Welcome back to my channel. My name is Caela, and today I'm going to be talking about something kind of different that I do on my channel. I know I do a lot of hearing aid videos or sign language videos, but I've been doing a lot of teach sign language on TikTok or YouTube for a while, and I've been getting a lot of comments specifically about deaf culture, deaf community, not specifically geared toward it, but it's a topic for the deaf culture and community. So I just wanted to say my story really fast. I was born deaf. I passed the hearing test they give every baby, but when I was around 2 or 3, my parents started realizing I was not reacting as a normal baby should. So when I was just sitting in my high chair, they went and took pans and hid it behind me, and any baby would be screaming, and I acted like nothing would happen. And then that's when I started my hearing loss journey, where I eventually got, I don't really know, it's just this bilateral hearing loss. It used to be fluctuating hearing loss, where my baseline would be below normal, and then some days would be deaf, which I have over 500 ear infections. I had 6 or 7 sets of tubes, and I've worn hearing aids since I was 10 in 6th grade. I'm just gonna say 10. I don't know how old 6th grade is. So I learned American Sign Language when I was young. I actually learned it from the American School for the Deaf in Connecticut, which is the first school for the deaf ever in the United States, which is amazing. And I also went to speech therapy for over 13 years. So that's why everyone says, oh my God, your voice. So I've been getting a lot of comments, and I just want to talk about this as a community, as a culture. Deaf people are really blunt, so if I'm really blunt, I'm really sorry. That's kind of a culture kind of part. Bluntness doesn't always mean meanness. There's a big difference. But I've been getting a lot of hearing people specifically, so if you're hearing, this is for you. I've been getting a lot of hearing people say, I didn't think you were deaf. This one specific comment really pissed me off, I guess. I didn't think you were deaf, and I saw you teaching. I was about to ring you out, which is very weird to say, until she saw my username, which is the deaf redhead or something. And first of all, and she's like, well, I'm studying ASL. I'm trying to learn the community and culture. I know hearing people can't teach. She must have saw one hard of hearing or a deaf creator. And I just want to say, I don't speak for the whole community. I don't speak for the whole anything. And not one person speaks for the whole anything, okay? It's not okay just to look at someone and then say, you are not this because you are doing this, right? In the deaf community, I love it because they're so accepting to everyone. Not all deaf people know sign language. Surprisingly, they don't all have access to communication. So a deaf person not knowing sign language they can't teach sign language just because they're deaf. It doesn't mean that they have more of a right than someone who's been studying it their whole life and can teach it a lot better. They don't always know it. So if someone is hearing, they could be a CODA, which is child of deaf adult. So they have been immersed in the community and culture since they were born, and if their parents were fluent in sign language. And CODAs have every right to teach sign language. I think it's the duality of being in both the hearing world outside of your house, and then being in the deaf world in your house, and seeing how your parents are getting treated or your siblings getting treated based on being deaf is an amazing perspective. So it's okay if CODAs are teaching American Sign Language. Also, this gets everyone confused, which I don't really know why. It's just hard. Come on, guys. I went into speech therapy, and I was very lucky that, I'm not gonna say it worked, because I hate when people say it worked for you. It didn't work for someone else who doesn't have as good a speech as I did. I just got lucky, and I don't really know what happened over here. I have a good speech. It doesn't minimize anything. I don't know why people think speech equals hearing. because it's two different vessels, and just because I can speak doesn't mean I'm any less deaf. And one of my followers actually said, oh, you should hold up your audiology report. Like, I'm not proving this to you. Like, that's the dumbest shit. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay? So, I'm really sorry I swore. Honestly, I'm making this video more so that the deaf community is really accepting and kind, and it is not up to hearing people to be martyrs and call out every person that they think is not teaching correctly or is hearing. Like, that is not your job. Looks so stupid, honestly. It makes us look like we're weak and we can't handle that. Hearing people are trying to teach. I have no problem with someone saying, I am learning sign language, this is what I've been learning, and putting that on the internet. And if a deaf person be like, hey, this isn't correct, that'd be great. And they are forward and be like, I am teaching, I'm not teaching, I am learning, I'm a learner. It is not up to those deaf people or hearing people to say, you can't do this. I heard from one person that speaks for the whole community that this is wrong. Like, stop being chronically online, okay? Please stop doing that for us. It's okay, all right? It's okay that people are learning and then they're not appropriating the culture. They're just learning the culture, and you should be more accepting. And there's a reason why you're not in the community of culture, because you're not accepting right now. So yeah, thanks guys.